before we close this segment. This one from Adeoti David at Micro Davido says Super Eagles must stay focused and they must play as a team. Gabriel Abayomi says, I say a 4-0 scoreline win for the Eagles, and he says, so Eagles, Bafana must fall. Funny Bone Stanley at I am Funny Bone says, beating South Africa might be difficult, a draw will do. And Ayomide Israel at Ayomide Israel says, I just hope we don't lose tomorrow. That will be game over if we lose to South Africa tomorrow. That will be game over because we'll be 6 points behind South Africa. And if Congo go on to win,
you're chasing 2 teams with 6 points.
2 teams with 6 points, and
virtually impossible.
It will be difficult. Difficult means we have to go on the road and try to win in Congo and
difficult
for places.
Favors
to be done to us. All right.
Probably by calculators too.
Abiola at Oluwamuyiwa says, I believe Nigeria will take the victory tomorrow, judging by past records. He says we've had more victories than Bafana. They've only won Nigeria on one occasion. That was the Mandela Challenge.
Yeah, 2004.
2004.
We scored 21 goals against them. We've only considered 3 times.
Yeah.
You know, all these records are good, but they won't play the game tomorrow.
Yeah. It's the players on the pitch on the day are the ones that will decide. I mean, how many years old record was broken with Congo?
33-year-old record?
Almost 33 years record broken just like that. So it counts. What counts are the players on the pitch on that day. That's what counts. What the players can bring to the table on match day. That's what counts. Let's close this segment very quickly and take you to Delta. Something good is happening in Delta, and that's courtesy the Delta State Football Association. They have completed the Delta Football House, and it will be inaugurated on Thursday, I'm told. It will be inaugurated on Thursday, and it is a fantastic facility, beautiful, befitting of football. And I think kudos to the Delta State Football Association. Amadou Pinnick.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can't take this away from him. Young man, forward-looking, and a befitting football house for Delta.
I think this is this is probably one of his biggest legacies.
It is called the Patrick Okpomo House.
Yeah, in memory of the former Nigeria Football Association Secretary General Patrick Okpomo, late Patrick Okpomo.
One of the best administrators you will ever find in the game.
Yeah, and interestingly, this building was built 100% from private funds.
Private sector funding.
Private sector funding.
No government funding.
Which in itself is almost unheard of in Nigeria, that you'd build an edifice of this nature, of this structure, without even getting a kobo from government. So plenty of credit will also go to Pinnick Amaju and the rest of the Delta State Football Association board. He continues to be a pace setter and a trailblazer for other football administrators across Nigeria. So I'm just happy that he's living. This is one of the major structures he's living behind for Delta football.
All right, let's close this segment and go on a break. We have a special guest in the house who I'm sure you will love to meet. But this guy on Twitter has thrown a challenge to us, and he has accused us of being unbelievers. He says, I am totally disappointed in you guys. He's talking about 3 of us, and maybe our producer too.
Thank God he didn't single me out.
He says, you forgot, just because we lost to Congo, you forgot the Super Eagles campaign that you always talk about against South Africa. Because we lost to Congo, we apologize. So please tweet and use the hashtag Super Eagles as you talk to us on Twitter tonight. How could we have forgotten? Well, I'm sure we'll bounce back.
It's a mention of just how badly we were beaten in Calabar.
Sign of the times.
But we are back. But thank you for pointing that out to us. Use that hashtag to talk to us on Sports Tonight, and we will read your comment as we go along on the show. Let's go on a quick break now. When we return from this break, I'll just run through the latest happenings in the house of football. There is a new FIFA letter in town. Have you seen it? If you have not, we'll show it to you on Sports Tonight.
Lovers of tennis were served a tournament of upsets at this year's US Open at Flushing Meadows. Meet Sissy Bellis. She's just 15 and made history as the youngest female winner when she defeated 12th seed Dominika Shibokova. China's Peng Shuai was an unseeded giant killer who made it to the semi-finals, beating top-seeded players until injury knocked her out in the semi-finals. But it was Serena Williams who made it a tournament to remember. The 32-year-old never dropped a set, and in the final game against Wozniacki, she confirmed her superiority as the world #1 by winning her 6th U.S. Open title.
It's number 18, so I'm really emotional.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rafael Nadal.
Sadly, last year's winner Rafael Nadal couldn't defend his title due to injury. Federer was bidding to win his 18th Grand Slam title and made this amazing comeback against Guy Monfils in the quarterfinals.
I knew I could play better tennis. I got off a good start, so I was actually feeling all right. But then when I was down to match points, that's when I wasn't feeling so great anymore. I thought, this is it.
But the men's semi-finals produced a major upset. Kei Nishikori, who has never made it to the final of a Grand Slam, stunned world #1 Novak Djokovic 6-4, 1-6, 7-6, 6-3. Marin Cilic wrapped up the drama when he swept out Roger Federer in straight sets. No one saw it coming. In the final game, Nishikori couldn't repeat giant-killing exploits and lost the title in straight sets to Cilic. Austin Okonakman, Channels Television News.
All right, some beautiful tennis there from the US Open, and the title has gone to where nobody predicted when the tournament started. That's the amazing world of sports. Well, let me just quickly run through a few issues before I introduce my guest to you on the show tonight. Let me just give you an update around what is going on in our football house. And I told you before we went on that break that there is a new letter from FIFA. Well, this letter, like the previous ones that we showed you, is also on display on the FIFA website. I think FIFA these days decide to put these things on the website so that those who say it's a fake FIFA letter would also know that being on FIFA website couldn't have been on a fake FIFA website. All right, so if you go onto the FIFA website, you will see the story about the positive steps that have been taken by the Nigerian Football Federation to ensure that Nigeria escapes the ban that FIFA says would happen if those claiming to have been elected do not vacate NFF offices. So you can go on, it's showing on your screen on the FIFA website. But we've tried to put it on slide for you, the highlights of the latest letter from FIFA, just to read it out so that people can understand clearly what it is about. FIFA welcomes positive steps taken in Nigerian football with the return to office of the NFF management staff and the vacation from NFF premises of persons claiming to have been elected. And then FIFA also says, following compliance with their directives, the NFF is not suspended. They also now expect the NFF Executive Committee